All right. Ex-dancer tries to shame co-host for having standards. Let's get into it.
Okay, question. So if a woman, just like Melvin, just say a woman, her past was that she, just say used to strip, right? 10 years prior to meeting.
Melvin's?
No, just say a woman.
Oh, a woman, okay.
Just like, instead of it being Melvin, it's a woman. In her past, she used to strip.
Okay.
But now she's going on and she's gotten her bachelor's degree and this, that, and the third. And her stripping career was what paid for that bachelor's degree. Now she's, graduated and onto her career. She meets a man. Will he look at that past the same as what you were saying is like, oh, I can't bring her into my future. She used to shake her for a living.
Correct.
Yeah, so well, you can go ahead and answer this issue.
Wow, Cooley. I forgot you were here.
Hi.
Yeah, because y'all be talking a lot.
He was asleep in the corner over here.
Now I'm just letting y'all speak.
Look at his eyes. He was asleep.
But yes, like Cooley said, we do care about your past. Once we hear that you did anything promiscuous in the past, whether it's be a stripper or a prostitute or just known to sleep around with plenty of guys.
That's not what I said.
I'm just giving you an example. That's an automatic no for most men.
But that's not what I was saying.
Including stripper.
Okay, but
We don't care. We don't care if you
It's sex work. So
rehabilitated.
strip work is a form of sex work, and a reason why. And think about it like
She's trying to create a difference, saying that because she did it for school, that it should be better. You did something we don't like to go get something we don't even like, and now you want us to like you. Just struck out, baby.
when we get married, hypothetically, say if we got married, you take my last name. So the last name means something. If you are a stripper, if you was a stripper, it doesn't matter. Your reputation. What I'm saying is your reputation still carries with you. So the person that I'm giving my last name to, I want her to have a good reputation, not a bad reputation. Now, if we change it, if we say that like the woman got locked up and did some time versus the woman that was on a stripper pole, we'll take the chick that was in prison rather than the chick that was on a stripper pole.
What guys don't want is if I'm
It depends on what she went to prison for.
dating a girl and she used to be a stripper and I take her to an event with all my friends. The most embarrassing thing for a minute is if they come up to us like, yo,
I was slapping her booty out. I was
telling
that
her
thing, bro.
bread. I had in a private room. I did this to her. I did that to her.
Twirling around like.
That's the most embarrassing thing for a guy. Whether you ladies agree with it or
And the
not.
crazy thing is, she did all that for another man and didn't even do it for you.
That's the worst part.
But what if she did that in a different state and then you took her to somewhere that nobody knows her?
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
There's no
She did it-
reputation.
It doesn't matter if she did it in heaven or hell. If we find out, she's a dog.
But what about
matter.
men too? Men strip too.
That's why you
and men
single,
shake their
Eve,
booty
be
and
quiet.
make men do
Well,
anything.
you ladies don't remember. You don't really care about the man's
what you
past
say.
that much.
Girls, but I'm just saying, you're so convicted with what you say. Like you say that from the deepest part of your
Yes,
love.
because I mean what
My balls, yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's
wrong, it's
I'm gonna keep my
judgmental.
mouth shut
No,
on
it's
that.
judgmental.
A
This is
lot of the times when it comes down to it, it's half-hearted with a lot of the things that you guys go so hard on. Because at the end of the day, whichever woman catches your heart and really is rocking with you, and you can feel that from the deepest part of where you just said that from, it ain't gonna matter where she came
Exactly.
from, bro.
Me, yes, it will.
It's
If I
not.
find out
That's
my
you.
business,
I'm
that's
telling
you.
you.
I can
It
tell you
is.
what I
I'm
can
not
do.
saying, okay, a full-fledged dude, of course you're not gonna give that your last name.
A
You're not
stripper
even gonna
too.
take.
Okay, so
Bruh,
stripper
stop
too.
it.
That's
I
you.
used to
That's your
dance and I've
opinion.
never in my life been
What about a
completely
felon?
nude. Okay.
I think the biggest thing is you can have a relationship with a stripper, but it's the kind of relationship that somebody would have with a stripper. Like, don't try to be something you're not. There isn't a day I'm gonna pretend that you weren't stripping. You were the girl that used to strip. Fine, cool, we can have a relationship, but I'm not going to bring you anywhere where people can see me with you. That's just what it is. You can be cool. I fuck with strippers, bro. They cool. They really cool. But it's like when they try to ask for shit that strippers shouldn't be asking for, and it's like, yo, as long as you accept what you are, then we cool. Anything else, just can't do it.
So you're sitting
It
up there
doesn't
telling
matter.
me that I will never be married because of the fact that I used to
So
dance.
I never said that.
sounds
You stop
crazy.
putting words in my mouth.
No, but I'm just saying. But you literally just said, why would I want to give a woman my last name if she's been out there? The last thing a guy wants to do is to know that the girl's been out there with another guy down.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we
Some guys don't even care about
The same
that.
way you women care about a man having money, being able to take care of you, being
Good
competent,
in bed. Yeah.
et cetera, being 6'4". We care about a woman's passion, her being sexual and being a whore.
Okay,
That's
so
what
you
we
date.
care about.
Okay, so you
Like,
date
we don't
Jennifer
want
Lopez, a Beyonce, all them. They
Thank God
wear the
that's not
same
old man.
thing and go and perform. Now, okay, just say the stripper is not a stripper.
first of
She's
all,
an artist.
I know you're not gonna-
Yo, none of us are trying to marry Beyonce or any of them.
singer and
Beyonce to a
listen,
stripper.
Jennifer Lopez dead ass was just on the freaking Super Bowl stripping, dancing on a stripper pole. One of the Jenny from the Block. Stop playing like she's not a Beyonce.
Okay, so I don't want Jennifer
Again,
Lopez.
but stop playing like she wasn't a Beyonce in her own sense. And I'm not just saying, oh, Beyonce's a stripper, but she still wears that strippers wear.
So let me
Crawling on
ask
the
you a
ground,
question.
Hitting
singing
home,
songs.
isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
let
I'm
me-
just
let me
saying,
ask
when
you
it
a
comes
question.
down to it, you guys can sit up there and try and degrade certain situations
First of all-
and look at it as a character flaw because of what? The sexualities are heightened?
So-
First of all,
The sexuality is
a woman stripping she's degrading herself, not me.
No, that's not degrading
How
yourself.
you gonna be
Factual.
on the stripper pole and you say I'm the one degrading you?
I
When
didn't
you're the
say,
one
I said you want to try and degrade women and put it as if they're
Yes, I'm degrading
expressing their
strippers, prostitutes.
sexuality.
Yes, you're correct. I'm
Because
degrading
you're mixing
strippers,
them.
OnlyFans models, chicks that sleep around with 100,000s of men that are the town whore. Yes, I'm degrading them.
Like I said, I know a lot of girls who do OnlyFans, strip, all of that extra. They are actually very cool people up until they want you to treat them like they don't do what they do. Yo, I know what you are, I know what you do. We can have a great relationship as long as you stick to that. If not, come on now. I don't want to play pretend with you.
Look, I'm sorry, but like women who sexualize themselves never been respected in all of history. When a
But
woman,
yet
hold on,
the
let me
main
finish.
thing
Stop.
on mainstream media is sexualization of women. What are you talking about? You literally sit there and watch and sit there and get your kicks off over women. The whole society is built off of exploiting
Period.
women. Your whole podcast is exploiting women. So, how are you going to sit there and say, yes, I'm degrading, because that's your whole niche, Ease. That's your niche. That's the way you
That's
make
right.
money, Ease, is degrading of women, Ease. So why you sitting up here
I'm
putting
degrading
shit
women
together?
who do sex work.
Oh, you're degrading all of
But then
women
we
because
have
the
one
women who
more.
don't want to stay with their husbands for cheating on them, you degrade them too because they're going to
Okay,
believe
now you're
the
putting words
women
in my
that
mouth.
aren't having sex with their women, 80%.
The definition of exploit: make full use and derive benefit from a resource. Okay? We're exploiting each other. In fact, it sounds like you can't even have a relationship unless you're exploiting it. We're doing this to exploit each other. What's wrong with that? We're making full use of you.
You're still degrading them too, but you're not giving a reason
never
why.
said that. I'm talking about
Ease.
women.
Okay,
Stop
so
it.
listen,
Stop
listen real quick.
playing,
Ease, I
bro.
got you. I got
You're
you.
adding other stuff that I've never even
Ease, I
said.
got you.
Bro, we're moving the
So real quick,
goalposts.
let me
You
get some
are. Yes,
decorum.
No,
Let
you're
me
talking
create
about
some
you put a whole
decorum.
list of things you degrade.
Yes,
you
it's
missed
called
a
sexual
couple.
act.
No more speaking.
You missed a couple.
Yo, mama, let me create some decorum here. Good back and forth. Good, I like it. That's why I let it go. It's spirited. So you said
Tell you gonna
something.
be a clip though.
You said something to East. You said that, man, you're speaking with a lot of conviction, with a lot of passion.
Yeah.
And Ease is speaking with a lot of passion because this is how
I had to do it to him.
This is how he feels. And he feels this way is because he really think that these women that degrade themselves really don't deserve a good man. That's essentially what he's saying, right?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And correct me if I'm wrong, though. One of the reasons why I think that you're speaking with a lot of conviction and passion too is because you were one of the women that was that fit that description that was stripping.
Yes, dancing.
Is that correct? Okay, cool. So both of you are speaking with passion.
Yeah.
Now the difference between the conversations and what you're having is I see the angle where you're coming from. You're saying that, well, there's men out there y'all saying this stuff like men don't want these women, but there's men out there that accept this all the time. And the reason why you are saying this is because you know what? You're right. There are men that accept women that do OnlyFans, that strip and do porn and do all of these things. Let me finish. Let me land my plane.
Go ahead,
you get
land
what I'm
it.
saying? I'm saying that I understand you, right? But the truth is, those men that accept you with your checkered past, you don't want them. You don't want those men. The thing is, you ladies actually are more attracted to the guys that has some morality, that has a backbone that says, listen, I want something better for you rather than that, right? So the man that would accept you with that,
The only people that I've seen accept strippers are drug dealers. I feel like they work hand in hand. Because strippers, they make their money, which is legal. Drug dealers need somebody that's legal, where they can park their ass, they can't get a house, they can't rent anything. So that's probably the only time I've seen it work, is when a drug dealer is with a stripper. Hence the rap game, you got a bunch of hoes dealing with the rappers who are drug dealers.
obviously really doesn't want anything better for you because he's accepting that. So I say all of that to say, even when you're speaking about, oh, this podcast, and well, first, even before you get to the podcast, some of the things that you were saying were very true. You said that, well, men are exploiting women. Look at OnlyFans, look at porn. Most of the porn industries, the owners are men exploiting women. Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. And those men aren't good men. Those men, I would say, are simps. The men that get into relationships with those women are simps. But normally, those aren't, when women settle with guys, like when girls did OnlyFans or had been doing sex work, strippers and stuff like that, and they're in a relationship with the guy, and they're still doing it, they don't really respect those men, because if they really respected those men, I did many panels of all strippers. Mm-hmm. They know how degrading it is. They know how it hurts their soul. Like, I'm only doing it because like I have to. If I didn't have a choice, I really wouldn't do it. Listen, the majority of strippers, I've had interviewed many strippers. Now there's exceptions to the rule. There's some strippers that want to do it because they like doing it. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about generally most strippers, most women that's in sex work, they're doing it because they don't really want to do it. And when they're with the man at that time, the man that accepts them why they're doing it, they can't respect them because it's like, you're not getting me out of this situation.
No, that's
I'm
what
doing
I was
something
saying.
that is very degrading. So listen real quick.
No, 1 second before you go too far.
No, I'm not going too far. Let me just land my plane because I'll let y'all speak.
Go ahead.
Now let's get into the NoFugazi part, because you put the podcast in there. This podcast is not to degrade women. This podcast is to give women the truth. NoFugazi means not fake, not fugazi. It means authentic. It means speak what's true. So I'm always giving the both sides of it. I speak about the immoralities that men do and the immoralities that women do. The thing is, when we speak about the immoralities that women do, or the things that men really just don't like, they'll say that they like it to smash, but really they wouldn't really take you serious. Like, I don't really like that. And you ladies conflate the two. You think that is demonizing to you, but it's actually uplifting you. I'm trying to give you the male perspective so you can understand. So when you're out there dating and men are courting you, you can probably source out the guys that's lying to you a little bit better after this podcast. Because like, Dad, Cooley gave all the game. You get what I'm saying? So this podcast is not to exploit women. Furthermore, my debating shows do much better than my dating and relationship shows. Yeah. I don't need to do dating and relationship shows at all. I do one dating relationship show a month. I do debates. So this podcast is not built off of what you're just having ladies on. And the other thing is, I don't pay any ladies to be on the show. This is not no simp podcast. You ladies get to come on here at your own free will, shout out your businesses, do whatever you want to do as far as if you want to promote yourself or if you just want to have the conversation. But I never pay any chick. So I'm not even doing this to try to grab. I don't give a freak if no girls come at all. The podcast would still go on. So this podcast is not degrading women at all.
Say it before. Again, I said a Melvin situation. This woman used to is a statement that I said. Used to. Again, I said as that would be something that you guys would consider something that's a no-go. You screamed out, no! No strippers, no nothing. Now, first off, my entire career dancing, I never sold a piece of ass. Now, chip, Wait a second.
Yeah,
Let
but
me
that's
land
you
my
though.
plane.
But
Let me land my plane again.
Real quick, we want to move on though too.
Regardless
so
of that,
get the other
but at the
ladies to
end of the
speak.
day,
You can't base.
when do you cut?
You can't base your whole argument off of something we can't even verify. You're better off just saying I'm past that. I can do X, Y, Z in the third now. I can do this for you. I can cook for you. I can clean. I moved. I used to strip in Lithuania somewhere that I'll never meet anybody that know you used to strip. Anything like that. I can't verify that. That's gonna always be on my mind.
Off how much somebody's past really matters.
You don't. Period.
That's a good question.
You don't.
Yeah.
Like,
So
let me just
ahead,
say
please.
this one thing. Just because a man does not agree with what you did in your past or what you're doing currently doesn't mean it's degrading. Only you yourself can degrade your own self. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. A man has a right to like and
He's spitting.
dislike what what he wants in a woman. You know what I mean? Just
He's
like you
leaning this
ladies.
way.
Just like you ladies have the right to not date a guy who's broke, no money, no car, living in his mom's basement, who's fat and overwhelmed. Nobody ever cares about what women, say that they don't like in a man. But, as soon as a guy say, hey, look, we're not going to tolerate this, we're not going to tolerate that, we're not going to tolerate if you look like this, if you weigh like that, if you had this past, we have that right. But just because we don't like what you do doesn't mean it's degrading. Only you can degrade yourself.
know
That has
what's
nothing to do with me. Nobody's forcing women to.
I looked up the definition of degrade. Now, the definition says treat or regard someone with contempt or disrespect. And the example they provided says she thought that many supposedly erotic pictures degraded women. What?
Do sex work.
That's eerily specific for the Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
Nobody's forcing women to go into porn. Nobody's forcing women to be a stripper. Nobody's forcing women to do OnlyFans. There's poor people in different countries that come to America with nothing and work 500 jobs and make it without even getting on a pole. So if you took that personal, then that's on you. Then you got to look yourself
no,
in the
it's
mirror.
not personal at all because my life doesn't revolve around the way you think.
You made it about you.
I was just stating the fact of the matter. You went very deep on it. I'm just saying.
You made it about yourself. I didn't know that you used to strip.
No, I was putting an example. That wasn't necessarily based off of anything that. Like I said, I'm in a relationship, and this man knows everything about me and my past. I'm not. The only thing that made me mad was the fact that you went so hard on saying that you were just absolutely no. And I'm just saying that is not always true with everyone.
You know
and
why
you're so
it's
deep on it. And it's like once a woman catches your heart, I hope you don't feel the same way based
listen.
off of
What
her
he said
past.
is very simple. And the thing is, everything he just said, I'll sum it
I
up.
agree with
I'll
him.
sum it up in less than it'll be one sentence. Women's standards are praised. Men's standards are demonized. It's okay listen, when we brought that up and all of y'all gave y'all thing, I even said, I was like, this your preferences. I asked little questions, but I didn't try to demonize you for liking Melvin. Did I demonize any of the girls for liking Melvin? The only thing I said, I was like, well, you don't really care about his past that much. You're looking more to his future. But I didn't demonize it like, ew, why you like this? Ew, why you don't like that? I didn't demonize it at all. We don't demonize women for having standards. But once men have standards, like, I like this, but I don't like this, demonize. Oh, you're a misogynist. You're a bad guy. That's what's going on here. That's the difference between y'all two. So the thing is, he's pointing out his standards. And guess what? His standards is most men's standards. If men had the choice, most men accept the OnlyFans, the strippers, and these girls out of necessity because they don't have any choice. They don't have another option but this stripper. You get what I'm saying?
But my statement wasn't for a stripper now. Mine was a Melvin
even the stripper
statement.
in the past.
Okay, but again, you keep reverting back to, I'm not gonna date a stripper.
I'll say this. This
if
is how
she's
it
not a
goes.
stripper now, does that? So she never tells me that she was a stripper.
Look, I'll give you the mindset. This is how it goes. Look, real quick. This is how it goes, and then we'll go around,
We
ladies.
don't care.
Listen,
All right, bro.
yeah, ladies, look, this is how it goes. We can catch a good vibe, and it'll be cool. Like, yo, man, she's real cool. And maybe I don't know you was a stripper. Once I find out that you're a stripper, it's clip. That's what I'm saying. But now it goes with, if we real cool and we vibing out, we catch a vibe. and I don't know that you're a stripper, but then I find out you're a stripper.
Word.
No, listen.
Word. Like, this is
stop,
your past tense, though.
I found out that you were a stripper. Listen, if I don't have any options, like you are the best looking girl that I can get,
Oh my
and our
God.
chemistry is good, and I don't.
And if you're wondering why it's like that, it's just like how women like to go into this fantasy about their guy. We go into the same fantasy. Oh man, I met her, she's cool, she's a good girl, she's low key, she's sweet, she did all this. Then we find out she's a stripper. It's like, yo, you fooled me. We kind of feel stupid because we thought this. And then, now look.
Don't really have any other options. I'm good. It's a high probability I'll accept you because you're a stripper. But if I have options, and once I find out you're a stripper, I will take the girl.
Nah, he can't. Because even when I didn't have options, I always felt like if I accept this, then that's the end of my life. I'm never going back. So you just gotta say no. No matter how desperate you get, you just got to say no. Die on that hill.
That looks uglier than you. You can be an 8. I'll take the chick that's a 5. And if she's not a stripper, I will wipe that chick over wiping you. That's how men work. We work off of options. And you know what? Makes the man have more options? What are women attracted to?
Wait a minute.
Competence?
So you're trying to tell me since I decided to go and dance, or anyone in this room decided to go and dance,
The dudes with options is your recreational use only. You are
the same
recreational
way
use
with being a
only.
baby mother.
You are
A
recreational
single
use
mother.
only.
Yes.
A single mother.
There's many things that's recreational use only. You would be recreational
boy.
use only for most men.
That is disgusting.
That isn't
harsh
disgusting.
reality.
That's the
Disgusting
truth.
for a single mother to be recreational use
No, we're speaking
only.
about a stripper currently right
No,
now.
I'm talking. You just
Recreational use
literally
only.
said something about single mothers being recreational use. Oh,
For
okay.
most men,
Bet.
recreational use only.
Not all.
Bet. Well, I guess that's what the reality is for y'all.
But anyways, let's get to the rest of the super
Next
chats.
chat.
And we got another video too. Ladies, I mean, this next video will probably get y'all more engaged. So if you like that clip and you want to watch.
All right, that's my first video, guys. I'll do my best to provide more videos. If you want me to react to anything, get my own perspective on that, just go ahead and drop it in the comments below. And we'll get to it. See y'all later.